Lore Master Jito here. I'm the librarian of Azeroth, and I'm bringing you the lore straight from the books. Today we're reading the second section of Words of Wind and Earth, written by Gorma of the Earthen Ring. This section covers Doomhammer, Thrall's celebrated weapon passed down from orc to orc. Doomhammer. Forged in elemental fury, handed down from generation to generation, a harbinger of destruction to all who oppose it, the Doomhammer is prophesied to bring about both salvation and doom. Some of the most renowned orcs in history have possessed the Doomhammer: Blackhand, Orgrim, Thrall, and now it passes on to you. In your hands, the Doomhammer carries the potential for either victory or ruin. The Doomhammer's origins have been traced to the Ogre Empire's rise to power on Draenor and to an orc named Gelnar. It is said that Gelnar, faced with the problem of preventing the orcs from being enslaved by the ogres, wandered alone in contemplation for days upon days. When a mighty storm forced him to take shelter in a Gorgrond steam cavern, Gelnar experienced fever-induced visions. Pledging his body and spirit to the elements, he submerged himself in a pool of lava and was miraculously unharmed. According to legend, the head of the Doomhammer was coaxed forth from the heart of Draenor itself. When Gelnar later crafted an oaken handle, the forming of the Doomhammer was complete. From that day forward, both the weapon and the name Doomhammer would be passed down from father to eldest son. From the writings of Tola Kolgar, Orc Shaman. Our clan faced an army of ogre invaders. Gelnar raised the Doomhammer to the sky, and it spoke in fire and lightning. Thunder rolled through the blackened clouds above, shaking the very ground beneath our feet. Draenor boomed with all its fury. Rain anointed us with the element's blessing, and as Gelnar rushed toward the enemy, I knew that somehow our clan would survive. Emboldened and with a fierce war cry upon our lips, we charged forward to meet our fate. There is a long-standing prophecy associated with the Doomhammer. The last of the Doomhammer line will use it to bring first salvation and then doom to the orc people. Then it will pass into the hands of one who is not of the Blackrock clan. All will change again, and it will once again be used in the cause of justice. For generations, the Doomhammer was passed from father to eldest son upon the father's death. The chain was temporarily broken when a young Orgrim Doomhammer took the weapon to the lava pool where it had been created. There he attempted to negate the prophecy associated with it while retaining the hammer's power. The pool reclaimed the weapon from Orgrim. It remained in the lava until an orc chieftain, clearing his mind of pride and dreams of glory, reached in and took the Doomhammer in his grasp. Though the lava left him permanently scarred, the chieftain did not die. From that day forward, that chieftain would be known as Blackhand. Blackhand used the Doomhammer to forge weapons and help fight off an invading ogre army. When the battle was complete, Blackhand returned the weapon to Orgrim, who would carry it until his death. Throughout the first war between orcs and humans, Orgrim Doomhammer crushed enemies with the weapon of his namesake, blazing a path of destruction through one settlement after another. As the war drew to a close, Orgrim used the Doomhammer to kill his commander, Blackhand, and claim the title of Warchief of the Horde. Doomhammer in hand, Orgrim led the charge against the human capital of Stormwind, sacking it and winning a decisive victory for the orcs. From the writings of General Turalyon recounting the battle between Orgrim Doomhammer and Lord Anduin Lothar. I drove my way through friend and foe alike in an effort to reach the two combatants. A massive blow from Orgrim crumpled Lothar's shield, but our leader answered with a fierce strike of his own, nearly rending the orc commander's breastplate. Orgrim tore his armor free, even as Lothar discarded his shield. The two re-engaged, trading vicious blows. Punishment and pain were dealt and endured. Orgrim punched, forcing Lord Lothar back. The orc followed with an overhead swing that our leader attempted to block, but before my horrified eyes, the massive hammer clove through the mighty blade of Stormwind, smashing down into the helm of our beloved commander. With his broken blade and his final breath, Lord Lothar opened a gash across the chest of Orgrim. Then the Lion of Azeroth fell, his life's essence draining out onto the battlefield. In the aftermath of the Second War, Orgrim Doomhammer went into hiding. It was his desire to liberate his fellow orcs from the human internment camps, but he needed a strong ally. He would find that comrade in an orc raised by humans, Thrall. Upon first meeting the hooded Orgrim, Thrall was unaware of the stranger's identity. When Thrall challenged him to a fight at the camp of the Frostwolves, the former chieftain accepted. Thrall quickly proved his mettle, trading blows with the armored combatant, grappling with him, and at one point successfully wrenching the Doomhammer from the orc's grasp. By the end of the bout, Orgrim was so pleased with his opponent's tenacity that he named Thrall his second-in-command. An account of the death of Orgrim Doomhammer by Warchief Thrall. I was outraged. Orgrim lay there, dying, attacked from behind, the lance haft still protruding from his back. This was a cowardly act. I knelt beside him. My lord was all I could manage to say. My mentor then told me that I must carry on, that he had led the Horde once, but it was not his destiny to do so again. At last he said, "Yours is the title of Warchief, Thrall, son of Durotan. You will wear my armor and carry my hammer." When a dying Orgrim Doomhammer bequeathed his armor and hammer to Thrall, the young orc felt that he was unworthy of such an honor. Orgrim told Thrall that there was no one breathing who was worthier. The last words of Orgrim Doomhammer to Thrall were, "You will lead them to victory, and you will lead them to peace." Orgrim expired in Thrall's arms. To show that the orcs were not without a leader, Thrall took on the old warrior's armor. Once the plate mail was secured, Thrall bent down and picked up the Doomhammer, passed on not from father to son, but from mentor to student. Over many years, the appearance of the Doomhammer has changed based on alterations made by its owners. In the possession of Thrall, a Frostwolf symbol was added to the head of the hammer to honor his ancestral clan. The newly modified Doomhammer quickly became an icon of strength and justice. Most importantly, though, it served as a symbol of hope for all orcs. Long ago, before Orgrim passed the Doomhammer to Thrall, he confided that although the weapon had once brought him closer to the elements, over time it had become a dead weight in his hands. Through the years, Thrall wielded the Doomhammer with honor and integrity. However, following his execution of the malign warchief Garrosh Hellscream, Thrall felt conflicted. This internal struggle was reflected in the Doomhammer as well. In Thrall's mind, the weapon that had embodied the ideals of justice and virtue had now come to represent vengeance. History repeated itself as the Doomhammer had once again become a dead weight. This has caused many to wonder whether the Doomhammer will reclaim its place as a symbol of righteous wrath. And that was Doomhammer from Words of Wind and Earth in the Shaman Legion Order Hall. Let me know your thoughts on the lore we uncovered today in the comments below. If you're craving more lore, here's a few recommendations from the collection to browse. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to activate your library card and check out more books with me, the Librarian of Azeroth. Thanks for watching.